Hi girls, today I'll be making some chicken korma curry. It's a yellow curry. It's very flavorsome. It's got a lot of ingredients, a lot of vegetables, which is really good for you. It's got protein, a lot of spices, oil, and some coconut cream. So I'll tell you what exactly the measurements that I need. This is for a big family, but we like to eat over a couple of days of this because we just love it. So this is half a kilo of chicken. It's diced. I have about 2 cups of potatoes diced to this size. I have about 1.5 cups of carrots that is sliced to this thickness. I have one red capsicum, so that's how I need to slice it. I have 1.5 to 2 cups of celery. I have 1 can of baby corn, 1 can of mushroom. This is the pieces. I have a can of coconut milk and 2 cans of coconut cream. For the spices, I have 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of black cracked pepper, 1.5 teaspoons of vegeta. I have 2.5 teaspoons of garlic mince. I have 2.5 teaspoons of ginger that is coarsely chopped. Now I also have a teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of curry powder, and a cup of vegetable oil. We will also need some boiling water, and that's pretty much all the ingredients you'll need. So trust me, this is a really good recipe. It's very tasty for this cold weather, and I hope you'll enjoy it as much as my family does. Okay, let's get down to business. We have heated some oil. This will splatter, so let's put down our ginger. Let's put our garlic. And stir until it's fragrant. So usually my ginger and garlic always splatter because I like to heat my oil very well. So next, now that they're fragrant and I can smell them, we add our chicken. I'll just stir it in. And we'll just let it sit, and no more stirring because we want it to brown. We don't want it to stew much. It will stew, but not much. We don't want it to stew much. All right, so once it's brown, I'll get back to you. I haven't started tossing them yet. They are still, I'm waiting for them to brown on the bottom. What I've used here until now, I didn't use all of my oil. I used half of the cup, because the rest of the oil I'll be using for the rice. This dish is always served with rice. So half a cup of oil, I've placed my ginger, 2.5 teaspoons, my garlic, 2.5 teaspoons, waited till the oil is really hot, and then I put them in. They will splatter, so you be very careful. Once that's happening and they become fragrant, you add your chicken, and you just stir it a little bit, and then you let it sit until it browns down the bottom. We don't want it stewed at the moment. We want that lovely golden brownish color. So this is what we're trying to accomplish here. You can see I'm trying to get as close as possible without the steam fogging up my camera. So at this stage, I add my salt and pepper. Okay. Stir it in. also add our turmeric. And now we add our curry. And we stir it in. Now you can imagine the smell of the ginger, garlic, the turmeric, the curry at the moment. It's just making my mouth water. So once we're at this stage, I will start adding my starchy ingredients. So it's going to be a bit difficult to put those in front of you. Let's try. Oh, cool. It worked. I don't need to cut off the camera. All right. So now, give it a quick pop. Just get it coated. All with those seasonings and spices. Okay, this might seem like a big quantity, but as I said before, we love to eat it over a couple of days because we just can't get enough of them. Now, I will add the rest of the ingredients. You don't have to wait long. It's just adding the rest of the ingredients. Look at the colors on that. And just toss and stir. So it's quite simple till now. As you can see, all the work is in the chopping really. There's nothing, it's very easy. As I said before, just be very careful at the beginning. I usually cover with the ginger once I put it in with the lid. But because I'm videotaping, I can't do that. But you go ahead and do that. And by all means, also, if there's any ingredient on this that you don't like, you can feel free to, to remove it. Like if you don't like baby corn or mushroom, whatever you want. It's very flexible, this recipe. Okay. So now that we are up to this stage and everything's coated, what we do is we add our boiling water. And we just cover it barely with boiling water. And we'll let it sit. I'll add a little bit more because it's not covered. I'm going to add a bit more water. So at this stage we add just until you're all fully covered. Perfect. As you can see, I don't measure the water. It's just you need to cover the ingredients, that's all. And we have our Vegetar, and you just put it in. At this stage, you can taste the broth to see if it needs more seasoning. You can certainly add a little bit more to your liking. Okay, so we'll wait until this cooks and the potatoes become soft and nice and lovely. After that, I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, so while this is still simmering, I've decided to do the rice. So in our pot, we've got the other half cup of oil. We'll place that in there. It's a preheated pot. And then we add our rice. I have here 3 cups of rice that have been washed and soaked. Okay, so let me just get all that down. There we go. Now, for the ingredients for this, so half a cup of oil. I have 3 cups of washed and soaked rice that I've soaked for half an hour. I have a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of curry powder. I've got 2 teaspoons of salt, and I have some boiling water. So it's very simple, very easy. So I just like to stir my rice in the oil for a little bit until the water dries out. I find that it gives it a much nicer flavor and a better texture too. So now I'll just add my salt. I add my turmeric, and you'll realize how instantly the color will change once I start tossing. And I add my curry powder. Now I start tossing. And stirring. There we go. Now we don't want to brown the rice. We just want it to fry a little bit. Okay. So once everything is coated, feel like the water has dried out. Once you soaked it, always has a little bit of moisture. Always put that, and then I cover with water. Now I don't measure the water. I like to eyeball it. We'll see. Wow. It's getting a bit foggy. I'll need a bit more water. Okay, and now I reduce my heat to low, and I cover it with a lid. There we go. And it'll, we will have to leave this for about 25 minutes, and it'll be cooked through. And now I'm back to this. So once the potatoes are soft and everything is cooked through, what I do is I bring my coconut milk and I pour it in. Okay, stir it in for a second. And then add in your coconut cream. And also your second can of coconut cream. Okay. So we'll just let it boil for a little bit more with the coconut milk and cream, so these vegetables and chicken can soak up a little bit of that flavor. And then there is one more step before we finish this. It is an optional step, so if you like your soup to be thicker, which I do, stick around and follow the next step. I'll get back to you once, in about 10 minutes, once this has soaked up a little bit of the coconut flavor. Okay girls, so to thicken your curry, I have a tablespoon and a half of corn flour, and I have half a cup of water. We'll just add a little bit at a time, and we just mix it until it's all dissolved into the water. It's much easier doing it with 2 hands. There we go. Got to make sure you get the bottoms so nothing is stuck and you don't get any clumps. There we go. Now it's all mixed through. What I do is my curry's been boiling for about 10 minutes after I added the coconut milk and cream, and I pour that in and just give it a stir, and it will instantly thicken and just becomes luscious, like it's really smooth. It's just deliciousness. You guys gotta try this. Not too thick, still thin, but it's just a little bit thicker, and that's how I like it. With you can get it, if you like, you can make it more thicker, but for me this is just perfect. Okay, and just let it boil for 5 minutes and turn off the heat. Okay, girls, here is our rice. So what I like to do is I like to fluff it up a little bit. Like that. Beautiful. If you can see it, you'll know it's beautiful.